Welcome back to the Bryan Devore Connection. I'm your host, Bryan Devore. Home accessibility is really important, especially for seniors and especially for those seniors who are looking to age in place. So here to talk to us about his company and how he helps seniors age in place successfully with home accessibility is Adam Fine. Adam, how you doing today?
I'm awesome.
Good.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, great. So you and I met pretty recently, but I love what you do. Tell us about yourself, your background, and what it is that your company does.
Well, I've been in the business almost 30 years. We essentially make homes accessible and safer so people can live independently for as long as possible in their home. Started the business in late 90s. My father had Parkinson's at the time. I started actually in Northern California in San Francisco. And at that time, I had a marketing consulting company, and I started working for this other guy who had a construction, custom build, kitchen design build company. He hired me to do some marketing for him, and he wanted to expand to seniors and disabled people. So I started marketing that, and as I was doing it, I said, geez, this is a great business, no competition. Long story short, there's like the classic success story. I worked for the guy for like 6 months, and I said, hasta la vista, and I started my own job and my own business, and here I am, almost 30 years later. Moved down to LA, much larger market than San Francisco. Worked with a lot of famous people up there, Elizabeth Taylor, Nancy Reagan, to mention a few. I don't say that to boast, but you don't get in their circles unless you're good at what you do.
Yeah.
Love what I do. I think the part that I love most about it is that it's I'm almost like a detective. I go into the home, I wear a consultant's hat, I go through the whole home and make basically a game plan for them. Here's what we recommend, here's what it costs. You guys decide what you want to do. We never try to sell them anything. And if we work with any referrals that you give us or people from watching the show give us, we'll give them a 15% discount off the products.
Oh, that's great.
So it's really rewarding. I've done thousands of jobs over the years. Anything as small as grab bars to elevators. We actually do funiculars, which are like trams.
Oh, okay.
We do them up in Lake Arrowhead, and we've done them in Beverly Hills, and we've done them
inside the home.
No, outside.
Outside the home.
From the home down to the lake, for example.
Oh,
it's like a
got
cable
it.
car.
Oh, wow.
So last time we got into about 5 years ago, and that's much bigger projects, much bigger dollars. It's not for everybody, but I love doing that as well.
Yeah.
But this is a really cool business. We also have two e-commerce websites. The first one we started in 2003. We also manufacture a couple products for roll-in showers that we have a patent on, and that's turned into a great side business. It's called a collapsible water dam. Basically, it almost looks like a rubber hose that's hollow that's glued down on the threshold of a roll-in shower. So when the wheelchair goes over it, it's squashed down, pops back up, keeps the water in the shower.
That's amazing.
So it's actually a great product, very simple. I never thought I'd get into that business, but that's another story. But it's so we have a warehouse in LA. I just moved down to San Diego. Believe it or not, I'm from Canada originally and moved here in San Diego in 1992, so 30 plus years ago. It's funny how life goes full circle sometimes. So I lived in Carter for like 6 years, ended up going north, and here I'm back. I have 14-year-old boy-girl twins who live in San Marcos, and I realized it was time for Dad, even though I was always a great dad, to be much closer. I was driving a lot for the last 20 or 15 years or so.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm 3 minutes away. I'm a happy camper, but basically I'm reinventing myself. So I really appreciate you having us here. Again, I love what I do, and it's funny. I'm having like deja vu. I did this 25 years ago, where I'm marketing, talking to all these people.
Right.
And actually, business is starting to come to me so far. So that's awesome.
So it's interesting. You say you're reinventing yourself. You are and you're not. I mean, you're doing what you had been doing. Now you're just doing it in a different area. And the technology has changed. It's advanced. Yeah. So you've probably seen a lot when it comes to aging in place and the technology, what it used to be and what it is today.
Absolutely. I consider myself, believe it or not, like the grandfather of industry. Unfortunately, Mr. Amazon's taken a bite out of our websites a bit, but so we have to be more strategic and creative how we're dealing with that. But but we've always tried to carry the higher end products, and for example, this is one of our flyers.
Oh, yeah.
It's show it to you there.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's got two sides, and there's a lot of products on here that I'm sure you've never seen before. So that's where we're very innovative. We try to find those products that are not only look nicer, but have a higher level of functionality. Right. They're not going to see the same plain Jane silver, stainless steel things for the most part.
Right.
Most people, just because you have a disability doesn't mean you have to look like you have a disability. So we try to, design with elegance to make the home look nicer, and to be, it's very, very customized what we do. So because everybody's disability is different, everybody's budget's different, everybody's home is different. So what we do when we go into homes is we marry all those three factors together to come up with the right game plan that's specific for them.
Right.
And, we never try to upsell somebody or oversell them. We said, you guys decide. It's very low key, very much a consultative type of sell.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of very, very happy customers. We pride ourselves on going out to the job site fast, getting the products in fast. We have great people that work for us. It took a long time to get there, but we have very, very very, very good installers. And the vendors that we find, we've sussed them out. There's good vendors and not so good vendors. So we really work with the best of the best.
Yeah.
And probably vendorize with 150 different companies.
Oh, good.
So, it doesn't happen overnight, as you know, in a small business. It takes time, but, we're there. And here I am in San Diego doing it all over again. And it's, I love what I do. It's cool. We help a lot of folks out. I've had people, literally cry. They said, I haven't taken a shower in 3 years, or thank you for enabling me to get back in the shower or get off the toilet or get into bed easier, etc.
Right. Now, it's interesting you mentioned Amazon, because a lot of people, in this world now where people don't necessarily go out to places to go buy stuff, they want to do it all online, and they may pick out stuff that's appropriate. They may pick out stuff that's totally inappropriate. And I've seen before where people put in a grab bar, but it's not really attached to anything because it's not the right bar for that surface. Correct. Do you see that a lot?
Yeah, we actually get, people buy it, so, oh my God, here's a typical situation. Somebody comes out of rehab, they don't know, they've never dealt with a disability before, or some sort of major challenge like MS or ALS or stroke or something like that. So they panic and they buy something and they end up returning it. Then we get the call saying, you know what? Can you help us because we didn't buy the right thing? So it's really important to work with a professional, I believe, to do it right. Yeah, we're not the cheapest company on the block, that's for sure. But, we got the expertise and the knowledge. I'm a licensed, insured, bonded contractor. We've been doing this a long time. A lot of our business is referrals. We also get some referrals from our website. And then obviously, as we market ourselves, our niche is or our strategy is to market to those people that take care of those people that need help, such as seniors or disabled people. Because they're in the trenches. They know what's going on. Right. One day, many years ago, I had a showroom in Santa Monica that I built to look like an accessible home, totally with an elevator and a stair lift and a rolling travertine shower, an automatic sink, and a kitchen with cabinets that moved up and down, and the sink was electric and it moved up and down. Very cool, very state of the art. Wow. It was back in 2003, so it was probably a little bit too advanced at the time, because people would basically, I'd go out to see people as a consultant, they'd come into the showroom to see what they bought, but I didn't do Medicare and I didn't do like insurance or anything, so it's all private pay. So I realized that, it was a very expensive undertaking. I didn't really need it, but it was really cool. Anyways, one time I had a home care agency come in and all their caregivers are in the field. So we split it up where half of them came on a Wednesday night and half of them came on a Saturday morning. Well, I did like the little dog and pony show and showed them all the products and everything. They wowed them, as we do this a lot in rehab facilities around Southern California. And the PTs and OTs are like, oh my God, this is amazing. I've never seen this stuff before, because I don't know if you know, but most PTs or OTs only get about 4 hours of training when they go to school about medical products. Okay. So they don't really know the latest and greatest stuff. Yeah. Anyhow, that Monday morning, one of the caregivers brought her I guess the customer that she worked for in from Pacific Palisades, and she bought about $15,000 worth of stuff. Because she's in the trenches. She said, oh my God, this is great. I know Mrs. Jones could use this, and brought her in. And so you're empowering the people who work with the people who need these services. And you're very different than a regular, home modification, company. This is very specific, very, very important, unique products that people need. It's not just, something they can just get off the shelf or from another company. Yeah, our thing is that we're a one-stop shop, because there's ramp companies out there, there's elevator companies, but I find that they, in a sense, leave a lot of business on the table because they're not addressing all the needs. Where we'll go in and someone says, I can't get out of bed. Okay, we have something for that. I can't get into the car. I got something for that. I can't get off the sofa. We got something for that. I can't get off the toilet safely, or I can't get into the shower safely. We have something for that. So our advantage is that we do everything at once, right? And take care of it all at once, and do the install at once. So there's not a lot of construction. We try, actually, I'm more construction averse if I can be, because people don't like the muss, they don't like the banging and all that type of stuff. So we have some great products that sometimes will offset construction.
Okay, good.
That's pretty awesome.
And one thing I want to make sure we get in is you are CAPS certified.
Correct.
And tell me what that means.
CAP certified is something done by Washington Association. The name escapes me of the organization that does it right now, but I'm also something called SEAC certified, which stands for Certified Environmental Access Consultant.
Okay.
I was one of actually the first CAP certifications ever. Back I did it in 2004 or something like that.
Okay.
And that just means, you take a couple courses and they train you, but, the knowledge I have far exceeds what they teach you in this course.
Right.
But one of the things I love about what we do is the creativity. It's not, every day is different.
Yeah.
So every job's different. So I love putting on the thinking hat and really coming up with a great solution. For example, one young guy who was like 36, he had 3 kids, he lived in like Palos Verdes. He had a car accident, major, C6, I think, disability, was totally in a chair, with very, very little mobility. And so we just couldn't put a proper ramp in going straight down. So we ended up building a wooden ramp going around the perimeter or the side of his house. But one of the wooden ramp blocked one of the doors of the caregiver who couldn't get out. So what we did is we made a drawbridge so that they could come out the door, open up the door, lift up the little drawbridge, like a 3-foot section, pass through it, and then put it down so you could still use the ramp.
That's amazing.
That was really cool. That was really thinking on the side of the box. Yeah. Another guy who was a school teacher for the city of LA, who lived in downtown LA, not the greatest area, but it was a historic area, right? So it was very limited what we could do. So he didn't have any driveway or anything, no front entrance to his house. Everything was from the back, from his parking lot. So when he first had his injury, he could walk up those 107 stairs, but as his injury progressed, or his challenge progressed, he couldn't. So we ended up making an elevator, building in his parking lot with like a cable car walkway, like you see in the jungle, like Tarzan type thing, that he could drive his wheelchair from that elevator to his back door of his house.
That's amazing.
That took like, a year and a half to get approved with the city and the historical site and everything, but we made it happen. We made it look like the house, and beautiful project.
That's very cool.
That was workers' comp. They
I'm
that.
Sure. So you need this guy. If you're looking to age in place successfully, you need these services, you need these products, you need this creativity. Adam's information is on screen, so you can see his phone number, his website. Give him a call. Check out his website. See the different products and services he has. Adam, thank you for coming in and sharing everything you do and your passion for it.
Thanks so much. And one more thing, if you see us, you'll get one of these foam hearts.
Oh, that's cool.
For your stress or to throw at somebody.
Oh, I like that. Very cool. Thank you.
All right, thanks for having me. That was great.
You got it. My pleasure.
Thank you.